another full accel. Holy! Not only does it accelerate so fast, it sounds like a rocket ship or something from the future. All right, guys, today we're gonna go for a drive in a 2024 BMW iX M60. So BMW offers the iX full electric SUV chassis in three battery variants: 40, 50, M60. This is going to be about 450 kilometers of range with a ton of power, 811 pound-feet of torque. Absolutely insane. This one's finished off with the Dravite gray exterior. This is the key fob that you get for the BMW iX. And one thing that's pretty interesting is the hood does not open. I mean, unless you're the technician, but if you need to top up your washer fluid, you toss it in right there. Self-healing grills, slim LED headlights, massive 22-inch wheels. Get the gold M logo at the front there, blacked out trim, big M60 badge on the back. Let's take a look in the trunk area before we get on the road. So this is the trunk space that you get with the iX. Privacy covers come together. The electric flex charger that you get, so you can put in two different adapters, level 1, level 2. Let's grab our dealer plate. Oh yeah, and there's also a little bit of extra storage down here. Take a look in the back seat, then we'll hop in the front and get on the road. This is BMW's upgraded leather interior, frameless windows. The back seats, this is the red interior option. Adapter, USB-C port, rear climate control zone. Except no buttons for the rear heated seats on this one. Massive panoramic glass sunroof. As we head into the driver's cockpit, this is one of the only BMWs that doesn't have the seat adjustments on the side of the seat, because the seats are so wide, so plush. It's all up here. Let's hop in. Got a cup holder, two USB-C ports, and wireless charging right down there. I must say though, a little awkward for your drinks, but to back that up, we have an iPhone holder right here and an iPhone holder on the passenger door. We'll hit that start button. The battery is on. We are ready to drive with some full EV power. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go for a quick drive around the block. We're gonna hit up the highway, get some feel for how the vehicle feels on the highway, some back streets. I'll take you guys through the infotainment system that BMW offers, this curved display screen with their iDrive 8 system. Once again, big thank you to Parkview BMW for providing the vehicle for this test drive. If you guys are in the Toronto marketplace and you're looking to purchase a BMW, make sure you come out to Parkview BMW. You can also reach me on my email down below on the sales side. I'll be happy to help you out with your purchase. All right, let's get on the road. I feel so much power at the tip of my foot. I'm like 20% on the throttle or the accelerator. It's not really a gas pedal anymore. There is no throttle, accelerator pedal. Like 20% on. Now, one thing that I like about BMW that I want to talk about right in the beginning is their regenerative braking. So with Tesla, you have a one-touch pedal feel. With BMW, you have some adjustments. You go into driving settings, we go energy recovery. We're gonna do a low for the first little bit of the drive. That way you guys can have a feel for when you let off the gas pedal, kind of coasts along, very minimal regen braking, so very gonna feel like a normal car. And we'll switch up to medium, we'll go into high, and then we'll go into full brake mode, so you guys can see the difference of how much faster the car slows down once you upgrade those modes. Such a smooth handling vehicle with instant power. Holy, it's like almost too much. I did like 50% of the gas pedal there and it just like snaps on. Power just snaps right on. Now the gauge cluster here with the infotainment system can be customized. You'll hit this little gear here and you can go through and see different content. Personally, my favorite is the map one. But you can also customize, when you're in comfort mode, the layout. So there's this one, option 2, and then option 3. Now this one is the only one available while you're in comfort mode. Once you go into sport or eco, it automatically goes to those other clusters, so I like to leave it on this one. So if we go into the My Modes button down here, we come up into sport, that's the only gauge cluster option. Once you go back into there, you can only adjust the content and you can't adjust the layout anymore. You can also adjust the head-up display, different options, sport view, reduced view. I just leave it on standard and I just let it pick what it wants to do. Climate menu, it's all in the infotainment system. We're gonna turn that on auto, we'll turn it on very low fan. Heated seats, if you had the massaging seats, it would show up here. If you had the ventilated seats, it shows up here. Everything is in the infotainment system. Heated steering wheel, it's all in the infotainment system, which isn't really so bad because realistically, you put it on automatic mode, and then, you know, you just kind of adjust the temperature after that, and you let the car do everything else automatically. So you select what temperature you want to be. You really need all these physical buttons. BMW, they were very adamant. They're moving towards shy tech. So compared to the other BMWs, there's a lot less physical buttons. You still have your hazards and your defrosts, and there's some, you know, buttons down here for your infotainment system, your iDrive controller, control through here. Also touchscreen, very customizable. Your volume button, My Modes, very shy tech that they went with. Hear that sound? That is the Hans Zimmerman built electric synthetic noise. So it makes you feel like you're driving a car, because with these electric cars, other than that, it's just gonna be quiet. Now you can customize, maybe if you wanna turn that off after a while, it's in driving settings, and you go to iconic sounds, you turn it off, and it's just quiet. There's nothing fancy to it. So we're gonna actually turn that back on for the rest of the test drive. I feel like it's a kind of cool gimmick. You purchase this car, you probably leave it on for the first couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and then after a while you're like, let's just enjoy it quiet. Somebody new gets in the car, you're like, hey, check this out, and you turn it on. But other than that, it just stays quiet. We are in sport mode. We're gonna stay in sport mode for a bit, and we'll switch back over to comfort mode. But there is one that you can get with live vehicle. When you're in sport mode, you get this gauges. All right, we got a green light here. Let's give it a full accel. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I didn't even get the full throttle. I was like accelerating it. There's just so much torque. I was afraid to just put the pedal all the way down. And I think I only got to like 80% before I had to ease up because, you know, speed limits, right? But we're gonna get on the highway now, give you guys a feel for what this feels like on the highway. And then we'll play around with the infotainment system a little bit more when we get off the highway. There's even a decelling noise. Do another full accel. Holy! Not only does it accelerate so fast, it sounds like a rocket ship or something from the future. These big performance tires keeping us sticking to the road. Whew! Incredible. Incredible. Now, I know a lot of you people are watching this and you're from the States, so let's go into displays, let's go into instrument cluster, and let's add on the converted speed. So now you guys can see that, hey, we're not doing 75 miles per hour, we're doing 45 miles per hour. Just gonna ease back here. Let's do a little, oh my gosh, it goes up so quick. One thing I want to show you guys is the regenerating braking. So right now we're on low. So accelerating, gas pedal, now we're coasting. No gas, no brake, we're just going. And if no gas, no brake, we change it to medium, instantly it starts slowing down faster. So it's getting more towards that one-touch pedal feel. So we're gas, we're accelerating, and we're on nothing. We're coasting, but we're coming down. Now, if I do that again, at the same time, I'm gonna switch it over to high. Boom, even more. I can feel it really slowing us down even more. Now, once you're in high, there is another mode in the transmission toggle right here. You just go down again for B. There is no difference between high and B, besides the fact that when you get slower, you get down to 10 kilometers per hour, if you're just in D on high, you'll still creep forward. But if you're in B, it will bring you 100% to a stop and then hold you at that stop. Now with driving assistance, you have all of these safety systems. You know what? We'll come back to that in a little bit. Let's just drive. Holy snappers. This car absolutely shreds. Like, this is an SUV. You'd be beating everything on the road. I can't imagine what is going to be faster. 811 pound-feet of torque. It's so powerful. Very quiet, very smooth on the inside as well. All right, so we're gonna get off the highway here, and I'll go through a lot more of the infotainment system as we head our way back to the dealership. If you guys made it this far, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, helps me out. Let me know in the comments down below anything that I can improve or anything that you like. Just help me out with that algorithm. And yeah, smash the like button and subscribe for future POV driving videos. All right, we want to merge into traffic. Step on the pedal and a blink of an eye, you're up to the speed limit. All right, now we're just gonna cruise on back. So we're gonna go back into my modes. Let's do efficient now. So if you wanna get that maximum range, you wanna be in efficient mode, full regen braking, this is where you're gonna get the most out of the battery. I also wanna show you guys the navigation. We're gonna set it back to Parkview BMW and get an idea for it. Now, if you do purchase the vehicle and you set up your connected drive system with real-time traffic info, voice is always there on these brand new cars. Personally, I don't like the spoken instructions, so we take them off. But like I was saying, if you purchase the vehicle, you're gonna set up the connected drive mode, you're gonna have the real-time traffic info, and it's gonna not be white, it's gonna be green, it's yellow, and red, depending on how the traffic is. So this is just because the vehicle hasn't been mapped. Another thing with once you map the vehicle, you get access, when you have it, the Advanced Driver Assistance package, which I believe is standard on this vehicle now. It's driver and chassis, driving, distance control. So you have standard stop and go cruise control, radar sensing. You can set your preferred distance while you're in here. If you get the optional Advanced Driver Assistance package, it can be hands-free up to 130 kilometers per hour. And we have a Tesla beside us. Get an interior shot of that Tesla cockpit. It looks like an IKEA desk. That is exactly what that Tesla looks like. Should we race him? We're gonna beat him. We would beat him. Could beat him. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the infotainment system. I love how it's touchscreen or through the iDrive controller down here. So you really have your choice of how you want to go through it. It's almost like the Hans Zimmerman soundtrack went away in the efficient mode. It comes back in the personal mode. Interesting. One mode that I also like, digital art. How cool is this? It goes purple in the gauge cluster, purple over here. Although every time I go to do that, it seems to take control of the content and changes it back to neutral. You got to come in here again and do that. Don't know if they'll fix that in the future. Main menu kind of just goes blank. And for the main menu, you have music, you have phone, you have navigation, and then once you go into the main menu, go between infotainment apps and vehicle apps, and you can configure and move these exactly where you want it. You know, charging departure, fan, automatic. You want it unrestricted, it'll charge the fastest. Charging times, BMW does recommend set it to maximum 80%, but you can do what you wish. I like how this digital art mode has changed the coloring on the head-up display, the gauge cluster, the ambient lighting, everything moved around with that digital art mode. Now when you're in comfort mode, you can customize your interior ambient lighting by going to interior coloring, ambient. Let's turn that up. And then you go in and you can have all these different colors to choose from. You can see our augmented reality navigation is popping up using that front camera, letting us know, hey, at this light, you need to be turning left. Even the automatic high beam button that used to be a button on the turn signal stick is now put into the iDrive system. So your automatic high beams will just activate automatically during nighttime driving. All right, this gives us another chance for an Excel. Here we go. Oh my gosh. It honestly makes me a little nauseous of how quickly this car accelerates, and then especially too, like how quickly it decelerates when you have the max regen braking on. There's also BMW IDs, so if you're driving the vehicle and you have a partner, you're gonna set everything to your driver ID. They have everything under their driver ID, so everything down to, you know, the way that you like the regenerative braking, your gauge cluster, the climate control sections, your seat settings, everything like that is gonna be saved to that driver profile. Once the second person gets in with their driver profile, everything switches over, so you don't have to worry about it. Even the pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, safety systems are all part of that. Personal assistant, microphone button here, you can ask it to do stuff for you. Tell you're cold, tell you're warm, roll up your window. Mobile devices, my modes, seat comfort. So adjusting your seat or turning on the massaging seat is all done through here. Live vehicle we showed you. System settings, so just your general settings, you know, automatic time zones, what time format you want, if you want to change your language or anything like that. Interior lighting around, there's a digital owner's manual, so if you want to know anything with the car, you just come in and keyword search for that. Climate control menu, same thing as hitting that button at the bottom. Displays, we were in. There's also head-up display, the cockpit. What I find with these cars is the screen is so much. At nighttime, you might want to turn that down a little bit because of just how much light can come out from these screens. Doors and windows, you can set up proximity locking, so it automatically locks and unlocks behind you. Digital key that you can put into your cell phone. You don't even need your key fob anymore. Driving settings that we were into a little bit. Pre-collision, lane departure warning, active blind spot, steering intervention. So many things there. And there is one other feature that I want to show you guys once we get back. That's the self-parking. The parking assistant professional on this vehicle can self-park for reverse or parallel parking. And once we get back to the dealership, I will show you guys that at the very end. There's an exterior lighting option. So there it is, automatic high beams. Just turn that on. And now at nighttime, your high beams just activate automatically. Just if they can put the high beams on, there's not sensing any cars, it does it. If it senses a car in front of you or coming towards you, it turns them off. Beautiful, beautiful function. So much configuration that you can do here. Vehicle status, tire pressure monitoring. So many options. And then yeah, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, satellite radio, navigation, all the good stuff is there. And then the main menu, and you can, you know, also configure these tiles to show what's most important. If you're trying to map out getting to British Columbia, it's going to pick up charging stations along the way and give you a calculated route, including your charging times. I just can't believe how comfortable this car is. I think the iX is the most comfortable BMW that we make right now. Maybe comparing to the 7 Series, the i7 would be the next one above. But yeah, the seats are so plush, so wide, suspension is so soft, but it still gives you great driving dynamics. All right, now that we're back to Parkview BMW, let's show you guys the automatic parking. So before, in order to activate the automatic parking, you had to hit the button first, drive along the row, looking for a spot. Now, you just drive along the row, pass the parking spot, notch it into reverse here, then it pops up, and you can even do it by clicking on this button in your gauge cluster. So not only over here now, you can see the spot that it's going to put us into. Bird's eye view comes up with the 360 parking camera. It's putting us, going to be nicely between these lines here. Green lights are on the steering wheel, you know that it's activated. How cool is that? All right, once again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next POV driving video. And then, yeah, once you get to the end here, it's going to put us in, it's going to put us into park, and we're good to get out of the car. And the cool thing, too, if you stayed for this long, is you don't even need to turn off the car. As soon as you open the door panel, by clicking this button that pops it open, the car shuts off, and you're good to go. All right, peace out.